Good morning, YouTube. So today's journal entry that I planned to read, actually, I started journaling it at work. My truck broke down and had to be in the shop for about 30 minutes. But I felt like I was having a hard time focusing because a lot of my coworkers were talking to me. So when I got home, I decided to revisit what I was trying to journal about. And I guess this video is gonna mark maybe a little bit of a reset for me. Anyway, here it goes. YouTube has caused me to wrestle with myself in a new way. I know it's only been a couple of months of me consistently posting videos, but the pressure that the online world creates around getting views and likes and followers has begun to sink its fangs into my skin. What brought me to YouTube was simply my desire to share. I had no grand plan of trying to change the world or influence anyone. But that didn't stop the numbers from getting into my head. I've said before in other videos, only we can validate ourselves. To chase numbers as a source of validation is insanity. Can you imagine if we all walked around with little counters over our heads tracking how many people saw us, if they spoke to us, or had a positive impression of us? We'd go fucking crazy. That is crazy. So I deleted the YouTube Studio app. It doesn't matter how many impressions I get or what my click-through rate is. I never wanted to treat YouTube like a business. I imagined it would just be another facet of my life. If people like it, they like it, and if they don't, they don't. No harm, no foul. We're not gonna like everyone we meet. This might sound like a negative thing, but maybe we ought to be more selfish, or at least not hide our selfishness. And I don't mean selfish in the sense where you always need to be number one and are willing to trample over everyone and get everything you want. By selfish, I mean authenticity. Just be who you are and do what you want to do instead of trying to chase external prizes. And don't try to package your selfish desires as selfless acts. Because of our self-awareness, humans are both selfish and selfless. A selfless act can find a root in selfish desire, and a seemingly selfish act likely came from a selfless place. I grew up when social media was first starting to take off. And I used social media. It didn't impact like my childhood, like when I was like 10 or younger, 11 or younger. I didn't have a cell phone. I played outside and all that stuff. But once I got into like 8th grade and on, I would say is when a cell phone started to become more of my life and social media. And I had a really, really tough time with social media. I never really had a lot of followers on social media. I was kind of like maybe a loser in school. And I think the lack of likes and comments and followers that I had on my social media platforms impacted how I saw myself. I wondered why my best friend could have 10,000 people follow her on Instagram and have everyone like her photos, but I couldn't get that. And my senior year, a little bit before I graduated, when I first started having my spiritual awakening, I decided that I wasn't going to use social media anymore. I deleted it. And it was hard. I definitely had some relapses, but eventually I got rid of it. And it's been 8 years since I really used social media, minus YouTube. And it has dramatically improved my life. This isn't a video about that, I guess. It's more just when I came to YouTube, I thought I had maybe conquered that beast of chasing validation, getting lost in the numbers. But I started to notice myself obsessing about that. And like I said at the beginning, that's not why I came to YouTube. And I don't want YouTube to be a numbers game for me. I don't want it to be a numbers game for anyone. I want everyone to enjoy what they decide to create and share online. And so, kind of like what I said at the beginning, this video is a reset for me. I'm gonna post what I want to post, and if it gets likes, it gets likes. If it doesn't, it doesn't. That's not important. Only we can validate ourselves. And if I don't create what I want to create, I'm not gonna be happy with it. And I think that's what really matters. And apply this to your own life too. Do what you want to do, create what you want to create, because you want to do it. Don't do it because someone else wants you to do it or says you should do it. I think you should stay true to yourself. Sorry for this end of the video ramble, but I hope you guys have a good day. And stay off your phones. Live life. Peace.